Sandhan is addressing that huge gap that existed. So it's, I think, a key initiative of VisionIAS to help students in excelling their preparation. What you should be focusing on is not the score. What you should see is that whether you have revised completely or not. You revise from that, your solutions, you're good to go. No one can tell which topic is important. I can't tell, no other teacher can tell.
Hello aspirants, welcome to VisionIAS special discussion series on UPSC Prelims 2024. A lot of students have doubts related to taking tests and analyzing one's performance. To address this, VisionIAS has introduced Sandhan initiative. To discuss more on this, we have with us Aditya Kalia sir of VisionIAS. Welcome to the discussion, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, can you please tell us what is unique about Sandhan? What is the core idea behind Sandhan and what are the key features of Sandhan?
Of course. You see, key aspect of preparation is testing yourself. Obviously, there are many test series available. We have an elaborate, well-functioning test series. But tests by themselves, they are not tailored for each student. What if there was a test wherein a student could choose the topics which he or she feels that I have something to practice, I'm weak in? What if there was some test series? Sandhan is addressing that huge gap that existed. It is kind of a personalized test series for each student. You can choose what topics, you can choose the subjects and then attempt those tests. So it's, I think, a key initiative of VisionIAS to help students in excelling their preparation.
So there are close to 15,000 questions in Sandhan?
Yes, there is a database of around 15,000 questions. We have our own questions from various topics, UPSC previous year questions. A student can choose which topics he wants to attempt. Whatever topic you want to choose, you are given access to that. We have various modules of 15, 20, 30 questions. You can choose depending upon the time and the subject and then attempt them by yourself.
So you can also combine different subjects together?
Oh, certainly yes. You can combine, for example, let's say you are weak in economics and art and culture, and that too specifically in some areas. You can choose those subjects and topics within those subjects, and then a questionnaire will come in front of you. You have, let's say you choose 30 questions, you have 20 minutes to attempt that. You attempt those questions from those topics and then you can assess your performance.
Right, sir. So how do you see this different from the existing test series like All India Test Series by VisionIAS or the Abhyas initiative by VisionIAS?
See, All India Test Series, wherein we have 25, 30, 35 tests, even the Abhyas Test Series, they have their own purpose. Sandhan is meant to complement that. It's kind of an add-on benefit that you get for improving your performance in certain specific areas. Take for example Abhyas. We have a common test for everybody, kind of UPSC environment. You attempt that test and you get to know that where do you stand overall. Now from that you identify that yes, this is an area that I'm, let's say, weak in, or I need more practice. I need to build up my strength. Take for example polity, there are so many questions from fundamental rights that can be there, or economics, so many questions from monetary policy that can be there. You want to practice more on that. You choose a specific topic and you are given a questionnaire on that. Previous year questions plus our questions as well. So it addresses that gap which was there. It's kind of a personalized effort, personalized test series that we have for everybody.
Sir, can it also be used as an effective tool for revision?
Obviously, yes. Tests, I think, are the best way to revise your knowledge. You study in classes, you study from your books. Unless you practice, you will not be able to replicate that knowledge in the exam when it comes to you in form of questions. To be able to answer, you must have practiced. What better way to practice topic-wise? Sandhan gives you questions on the basis of topics. You practice them so that you are also revising simultaneously whatever knowledge you have gained. So it becomes a very important way to revise certain topics quickly.
And sir, how should one look at the scores? Like if I'm getting good score in particular section and if I'm not getting a good score in a different section. So sir, how should be my approach should be? Should I focus on my strong areas or should I focus on my weak areas? Especially given that there are only 30 days left for prelims.
Now, see, when you look at scores here, Scores are meant to tell you that yes, this particular question you are not able to get right. That is the only thing that a score tells. The more important part would be to revise from the solutions. Let's say you have 30 questions, you got 10 right, 20 wrong. In Sandhan, we give you an option to have a preparatory module kind of thing, that those 20 questions may be shown again to you as part of the same test or another test. You attempt them and then you see that whether you have improved upon them. So by itself, I would say that score, it matters, but it is not the only thing that matters. What matters much more is, were you able to revise from the solutions that we have given? So when you look at Sandhan, and this goes for our all India test series, this goes for Abhyas as well, we provide detailed explanation to all the questions. A prelims question is not one question, it is actually 4 questions. You look at the options, you look at the solution, you revise, you build on the concept. And then when you get the question again, you should be able to answer that question. Your concepts would be clear. So I think that is a better way to look at it. Rather than saying that I did not score well in this topic, look at that, did you try to read the solution elaborately?
Okay, sir. So moving on to subject-specific aspects, sir, you're a faculty of economics. So if I were to ask you, how should I focus on economics-specific test taking using Sandhan, what would be your advice?
So when you look at subject-specific aspects, you see that, let's take economics. In our session on previous 7-year papers, which is available to everybody on YouTube as well, we showed the breakup of various topics. We have seen that, for example, the maximum number of questions that have been asked were from monetary policy and external sector topic. And if you look at the differences in questions, or if you look at the nuances in the options, there is some factual part, there is some conceptual part. So it requires repeated practice. So my suggestion to students would be, with respect to using Sandhan for economics, is you choose these topics. There are several ample number of questions. You repeatedly attempt these questions. Let's say you choose monetary policy topic and external sector topic. You get 30 questions. You attempt them. You now have a very broad understanding. वो जो differences हैं हमारे हर चीज़ के अंदर, छोटे-छोटे differences हैं, उन differences को हमको समझना है. You will have a question in external sector. The option would be of exchange rate, one option would be of balance of trade, one option would be of inflation, one option would be of fiscal policy. The difference between these options, that is crucial to understand. When you attempt subject-specific, topic-specific questions, then you understand these differences. So this is how you should practice for economics. If I have to choose some topics myself for practicing, I would give more weightage to these 2 topics, monetary policy, external sector topic.
Right, sir. So in a way, it prepares you holistically for the exam because all the topics will be covered either in option or in the questions.
Yes, certainly. Holistic preparation is what we would desire, and holistic preparation is what we get from Sandhan by practicing these subject-specific, topic-specific questions.
And sir, should we also prepare for previous year questions from economics?
Undoubtedly, yes. And again, I would like to specify this thing. Sandhan gives us an option that you can choose to have previous year questions also. As I said earlier also, we have our own VisionIAS test series questions from previous years plus UPSC questions from previous years. A student can choose that whether you want only UPSC questions of previous years or you want a mix of all the questions. You want to attempt a question of only UPSC questions, you can certainly go ahead and do that. I would strongly suggest that you attempt that. I would strongly suggest to all students that they look at the session of previous year questions, they look at the booklet that we have offered to them, they download it and they look at the solution also of previous year questions and attempt it from Sandhan module. So you attempt it, you get a good choice of, you get a good way to expose yourself to what is UPSC thinking, what is UPSC asking.
Right, sir. Sir, in the last 30 days, how should aspirants utilize Sandhan initiative?
I think now is the time that student must have clarity about which topics do they consider as important. No one can tell which topic is important. I can't tell, no other teacher can tell. If I tell, I would be corrupting your preparation. मैंने आपको बताया कुछ topic important है and the topic doesn't come in the exam, you would come and blame me. So nobody can tell. You should know for yourself which topic do you think is important. For example, in which topic you think you require more revision. Attempt a full-length test, attempt Abhyas, there will be a mix of questions. You see that which topics you got right mostly or where your understanding was lacking. You look at those topics, and now in the last 30 days, you now attempt Sandhan from that. So you choose those topics. Let's say you choose monetary policy, you choose fiscal policy, or you choose, let's say, art and culture. You choose paintings as part of art and culture. You now have an option to make a customized test for yourself. I think in the last 30 days, this is what matters much more. By this time, your preparation of full-length tests should be done. In this time, you choose those tests specific to your needs, practice them, and then you would be in a much better state.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Sir, any last advice for the students?
Yes, I would like to suggest that please do not panic. Students panic because when they attempt full-length tests, they see that there are so many topics that they feel lacking in. Don't panic. You choose certain broad areas. When you choose these broad areas, you identify them, attempt that customized Sandhan test, you are good to go. What you should be focusing on is not the score. What you should see is that whether you have revised completely or not. You revise from that, your solutions, you are good to go. That is what my message would be.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable advice. Dear students, we hope that this session was useful to you. Make sure that you practice tests regularly and try our Sandhan initiative to consolidate your strong areas and work upon your weak areas. On that note, we wish you all the best for the upcoming prelims exam.